It's DTS Soundspace Sundays. I'm Anthony Valadez. We're back. Boy Pablo, how are you, man? It's so great to see you.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, just chilling in my room here in Bergen,
Yeah,
basically.
Bergen. What time is it over there right now?
11 p.m.
11 p.m. Man, we're so happy that you're able to spend your Sunday with us right here. We're going to talk about the brand new record. We're going to talk about, I want to know first and foremost, the title. Is that Chilean slang, wachito rico?
Yeah, that's right. The Chilean slang.
Is that like a rico suave or like what does that exactly mean?
No, it means like handsome boy or sexy boy.
Yeah, rico suave.
Yeah, yeah, something
um,
like.
it's interesting because like I'm a fan of your music, and I knew you were in Norway, and I knew you had Chilean roots. At what point did your family come there and have you in Norway, or like what was your journey like and all that?
Yeah. Well, my family moved here in 1988
Mhm.
because yeah, the dictatorship and all that
Yeah.
crap. So I was actually born here in 1998, so 10 years after my parents came to Norway.
Mhm.
Um, so basically, I'm a Norwegian, I guess. But I mean, I I speak Spanish at home and we eat
Yeah.
Chilean meals and yeah,
Yeah.
watch Chilean football and soccer. Sorry.
It's okay.
So so yeah.
Yeah. What is the Chilean influence inside the house? Does your mom kind of like cook the meals, or like what are the traditions that still exist in Norway within your home?
I mean, I think it's that like my mom, she was a stay-at-home mom
Mhm.
until I was like 13. I'm the youngest of four, so my dad used to work all the time. Now things have changed a little bit. She studied to become a teacher, and she's now working as a teacher. Um, but I mean, I guess like especially when we watch soccer, I guess
Mhm.
like the World Cup or Copa America or like and the fact that we speak Spanish, like I Chilean accent is really like it's very recognizable. So
Yeah.
so I think that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then when you were growing up, I understand you went to music school. Were you kind of the rebel when it came to music, or did you follow the things they taught you?
I did. I didn't pay much attention, to be honest, on the in music class.
Why not?
I had one really cool drum teacher.
Mhm.
So like he played with a lot of big artists here in Norway. So he taught me to just like find my style and stuff, and he helped me a lot with that. But like I mean, I learned how to play the piano better at that school. So I guess I had to follow their instructions on that. But other than that, I think I mean, I'm the only one from that school that started making indie music. So
Mhm.
everybody else like played jazz or classical music and or funk. So
Yeah. So you
yeah,
did break the rules.
yeah, kind of.
I understand you talked about finding your voice. Is it true that early in your career you were kind of influenced and try to imitate Mac DeMarco?
That's actually not true.
It's not true. Okay.
To one like I did love Mac DeMarco, and I listened a lot to his music. There's only one song I tried to like
Mhm.
make sound like Mac DeMarco, and that's every time viral my viral YouTube hit. Um, but I
Yeah.
mean, in my opinion, I sound nothing like Mac DeMarco.
No, I
But
think
I mean, I guess I see what they mean when they say that.
in my opinion, you sound like nobody. Like you're very special and different and unique. And I love your direction. The record Honey, one of my
Yeah,
favorite cuts off the forthcoming record.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
Yeah,
sounds
oh,
very different.
thanks. Yeah, no, I love that too. And it means a lot that you say that I don't sound like anybody else.
Mm-mm.
That's a huge compliment.
Do you get tired of people comparing you to other people? Does that happen often?
I guess I'm used to it. It's
Uh,
like everyone needs to like uh yeah, every artist like gets compared to others. So I mean,
yeah,
yeah, you got used to it, I guess.
that makes a lot of sense. And also the video Honey. I love the narration. It reminds me of like a Wes Anderson movie. Is
Yeah,
that kind of the influence in a way, or
no doubt. Yeah,
yeah?
I mean, during quarantine in April,
Uh,
my manager and I, Fabio is his name. We went to his house and locked us in, and we're working only with the music videos and merchandise. So we planned the whole thing. We watched a lot of Wes Anderson movies, and also Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. So
yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can see where the influences are.
I definitely see that, and I love the narrator says at one point there was supposed to be a rap verse.
Yeah, that's
Was that
right.
supposed to be you or someone, or who was that?
Oof. I mean, I really, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but like I was so down on getting Tyler the Creator on that
Mm,
track. But I got like a message from his manager and was like, yeah, I don't think he's down to do it. But I mean, that's fair, and I think that instrumental part is
mhm.
like super nice anyway. So it
Yeah,
wasn't that of a bummer.
I know you're a big Tyler fan. What is it about Tyler that you love?
Um, I think the way he thinks, like I love how he's so free, you know.
Hmm.
He doesn't have any like he does whatever he wants when he wants and does it exactly the way he wants.
Yeah,
So I mean that also like musically his I love his chord progressions. Like he's not a school musician, so I love that, and he does like whatever he wants with that too.
yeah,
So that inspires me because I felt when I went to music school, I was like trying so hard not to become like everybody else in that school, but I ended up with like setting these um what's it called? Uh, Sorry, like
boundaries or
yeah, boundaries.
barriers? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, that inspires me.
yeah. Good. Another thing I want to talk about is off this record is Wachito, which to me, like I was listening to you playing that live, man, and it's got such a fun, playful bounce, and I love the spectrum of honey and then Wachito, and then you mentioned there's a ballad I heard Devas.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
you're kind of hitting all these different emotions. Is that intentional or is that just you creating?
A little bit of both.
Uh-huh.
Um, I don't want to be stuck making the same music over and over again.
Yeah.
So I try to like experience, like try to experiment with different things that I've never tried before. And Tevas is definitely one of the things I never tried before.
Yeah.
Making a acoustic ballad. So and also Honey. It's very like hip hop kind of beat, but I made it like a little bit more indie, I
Yeah.
guess. But yeah, that's definitely something I try to do, like not being stuck with the same
Yeah.
tunes and beats over and over again.
Yeah. 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 I like that. Another thing I like is I noticed that you love things that start with B. The Beatles, burritos, and Blink 182. Right?
That's right.
Did I
Yeah.
nail it?
Yeah, definitely.
What is it? Speaking of Beatles, what is it about the Beatles? Like when you first heard the Beatles, what was the first thing that stuck out to you?
The Beatles.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't really know. Like, I think it was that they have so many good songs.
Yeah.
Like, they don't just have a couple of hits, they're like every song is so good. So I admire that. And I mean, I was 5 when I heard them for the first time. So I used a lot of time searching them up on YouTube
Mm.
and just watching them play live shows. And I thought they were so cool with their hairs and suits and stuff. So I wanted to be just like them.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I think the tonality of their songs actually are like very. I mean, it's they hit so many. They hit me on so many levels.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know.
And
I
also,
just like.
and also another band that didn't like to be stuck in no box too. Like you had talked about that earlier. Like
Yeah.
they just had so many different phases. What do you think? This is kind of a weird question, but
Yeah.
um, you're in a phase now, 20 years from now, where would you like your sound? It's an interesting question, but like 20 years from now, how would you like your sound to differ from what you're doing today?
Wow, that's a really hard question to
It
answer.
is
But
because you haven't hit the phases between. So I'm asking you to
yeah,
jump. But
yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm just starting to experiment. But I mean, I want my music to sound like, I want my next album to sound different from this album that I'm releasing now, and the next one as well, like different from the one before. Um, I when I made the my last EP, Soy Pablo, I realized that like I was kind of making, I felt like I was making the same song uh, over again, just with like more catchy melodies and stuff. But and I mean, I haven't gone really far from my EP now. I mean,
yeah,
Wachito sounds like Boy Pablo. You recognize the sound, but I want to do different things. Try to make a song with just a bass, or like uh, just two instruments and the vocals really loud, like whatever. Like try to do anything. And like, what do we know? I mean, maybe in 20 years we have these new instruments,
yeah,
digital instruments, that we can play around with. So, I mean, just like always evolve as a musician, I think.
yeah. I'll give you an example as to why I asked you that question. I was
Yeah.
listening to a podcast and they were talking about Kanye West and how he put out his record and it wasn't even done. And yet he would redo it. And even though it's out, he would have new versions and constantly putting out different versions. It was like he's painting and he's constantly recoloring things. So it's
Yeah.
it's interesting to hear you talk like that
Yeah.
with new
No,
instruments.
yeah, why not? I mean, it could be. Kanye has been like, he's so good at that. He's always in time, like he always is. It seems like he always listens to the music that is being made right now.
Yeah.
So he takes influences of that, and like mixes that with his like main influences, from
Yeah.
when he was a kid or something,
Yeah.
and always tries to like make new music, sound new all the time.
So if you can make a new instrument or if you can combine two instruments, what would it be? What would the Boy Pablo instrument be?
I mean, the I think I would mix bass, guitar, and piano, because it's really hard to explain. But I always hear a melody in my head in my songs that is not there, because I don't know if the guitar should play it or the bass should play it. So I'm always struggling with that, and always trying to like maybe playing that with the guitar a little bit for one part, and the next part the bass, But I never like, yeah, it's unfulfilled, So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Have you been to Chile?
yeah, I went to Chile.
And what are some of the musical experiences that you've had there? Did you play there or were you just visiting?
No, I played there once, but I was there a lot when I was a kid.
Hmm.
So I mean, I don't think like I've listened to a lot of Chilean bands or artists,
Hmm.
um, but um, but like Latin music in general. I like the party bands, like the Ráfaga, if you know them,
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I do.
Americo,
Okay.
that kind of party music. I love that.
Yeah.
It's so simple but super complicated to play. It's
Mhm.
so hard to play those songs. But yeah, I remember discovering Ráfaga here at home. My brothers were listening to them, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Holy crap, this is catchy."
Yeah. You also wanted to pursue punk music at a young age. Is that correct too?
That's right. Yeah, I
You're
was
all over the place. I love it.
I was super into Blink-182, and I still am. But yeah, when I was like 10, 11, 12, I think until I was 14, I tried to make punk music with a friend of mine. Because my older brother, he used to play in punk bands,
Yeah.
and we actually have a punk band together. We're releasing some things next year, but
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's really, I think it's really cool. But yeah, I think like the sim. I think my songs are kind of simple, you know, like it's simple but catchy, maybe you
Hmm.
could say it like that. And I think I have that from punk music because I mean, it's very simple to make punk music, but it's really hard to make good punk music,
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah, I love Tom DeLonge is like the best punk
Hmm.
singer ever. When he was
Yeah.
in, like in 2001, I think that was his prime.
What was it about him that like I could see clearly you're really into it. Like what was it about him that really made you like that moved you?
Yeah, I mean, he made it everything seem so simple,
Mhm.
but really it's so like he definitely thought about those lines, like vocal lines, a bunch of times before he recorded them.
Yeah.
Also, he had a great producer, but like his riffs,
Mhm.
you can see like that he's not a like really good guitar player, but
Yeah.
he's so good with his riffs. Like became world famous because of him.
Yeah.
So yeah, and also I mean his his voice, as I said, his voice. I have never heard anything as good as Tom DeLonge.
Yeah. I
Mm.
love where this conversation's going with Tom and Tyler and the
Yeah,
Beatles. Like I think what I love about your generation is
yeah,
how open you guys are to all these different sounds. There are no genres.
yeah,
Genre-less is what I love.
yeah. I love that too. Yeah,
Yeah. You know,
definitely.
it's the 100th anniversary of radio. And I want to know, how has radio helped your career?
A lot actually.
Hmm.
Uh, I remember in 2016, I had just put out a single. It's called Your Phone.
Hmm.
And that got listed on the radio here in Norway. And I was so stoked about it because, I mean, like being listed on the radio was like that. Then you like you made it.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, it was the biggest radio channel here in Norway, and they have like this like channel where they uh, let they play only like new bands, and they have like new band of the week, and I was chosen to be the band or artist of the week.
Yeah.
They made like an article about me and a video. I was like, holy crap, this is how artists feel all the
Yeah.
time. So I'm super thankful to like to them and radio in general because I mean it's I think many people think that it's like radio is dying and there's no more radio because everyone streams on yeah wherever.
Hmm.
But I think it's really important because it's really an art, like being a radio host, like yeah, and picking the right music to play.
Yeah.
Um, Also, it's really cozy. So
It's kind of like doing what you do. You have to make people feel a certain way,
yeah,
and it requires work. And speaking of which, I mean, we're so grateful for your time and we're excited about the new record. It is definitely special. It's different and you're evolving. It drops October 23rd, Wachito Rico from Boy Pablo. Man, thank you so much again for everything. We're really honored to have you. Thanks for playing the music.
thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the opportunity. It's been lovely.